Welcome one, welcome all. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. It is my mom's birthday, so very happy birthday to my mom, Belinda Ochoa. I love you very much. I am posted up at the San Antonio Sports Star Beach House here in Oxnard, California with my guy, Rudy Jay from R&R in the morning. You can listen to him every day, 6 to 10 a.m. Central Time, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, the SA Sports Star YouTube channel. If you're here on the Blog of the Boys YouTube channel, go subscribe over there. My name is RJ Ochoa. It's been a very busy week. We had a video just like this on Monday that you all enjoyed very much. So we're back. Thoughts, recap, discussion, whatever on Tuesday's Dallas Cowboys practice. We have the microphones today, Rudy. I don't know if it's going to work, actually. So we might just do this whole video for nothing.
Well, we'll figure it out. But first of all, happy birthday, Miss Ochoa. I've not had the pleasure of meeting you, but I've heard wonderful things. Happy birthday. I wish you many more wonderful trips around the sun.
Thank you for that. It's always tough. I've been here out of Oxnard 4 times. It always happens like around this time, so it's just tough. But yeah, she got to be grandma today. The little one went over, so he awesome. Did all the work for me.
Oh yeah, he represented you.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
So today was a fun day. First things first, on R&R in the morning, you guys, it will air on the radio tomorrow on Wednesday, but you and Rob Thompson interviewed Jerry Jones. So that interview is accessible. We can actually, we'll link to that in the description. You guys had him for about 12 minutes. Covered the Ring of Honor, covered Zach Martin, and he was pretty complimentary of San Antonio as a Dallas Cowboys city.
Oh, we didn't even ask him. He just sat down and said San Antonio means the most to us, and percentage-wise, there's more Dallas Cowboy fans in San Antonio than in Plano.
That was weird. Like the stray,
like that's how you start.
The stray that Plano caught was very weird. But
is that a diss to Plano or is this a praise to San Antonio?
I honestly think that's more of a diss to Plano because, like, who are the other people like Plano rooting for? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know, but either way, Tuesday was the second padded practice of training camp for the Cowboys. They have an off day. I mean, it's not an off day, but sessions aren't open to the media. We'll still be doing our shows and whatnot, and then we'll be back out for Thursday, obviously. Tonight, Tuesday night, is the media party. I've never actually been to that, so I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, really, really excited. So we're going to get showered up in a little bit, but before we do, takeaways, thoughts from Tuesday's practice. I have my notebook that I was sort of fiddling in. So you want to just hear mine?
Let's. I'm here too. I'm
okay.
hip it.
I also we don't have like a nickname for the two of us, but I think we just stumbled upon one. Yeah. Michael and Scotty. So I wrote about this at bloggingtheboys.com, and people can read that there. But my first one, and these were in order, chronological order in terms of how they happened. Deuce, Vaughn, you were there with me when I saw this. Deuce, Vaughn, and KaVontae Turpin were lined up in the backfield at the same time. I don't want to read into things, but that was still very cool to see.
It was very cool to see. And I think the most interesting thing to come from that is we got to come up with the nickname for the Turpin.
Michael and Scotty.
Oh. But really it's relevant because everyone talks about their size. Regardless of what we think or what anybody cool, little funny, short jokes, little jokes anybody has, the Cowboys have both of these guys in their plans. And, some of the things I saw, I liked.
I will say, too, I understand why people say what they do about Deuce Vaughn and the short jokes, but Tony Pollard was on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star on Monday.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, we don't really mess around. It does seem like they're kind of over that. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, he's small, but he's a good football player. But the Cowboys last year really lacked explosiveness. And so if you have both of them in the backfield, and Turpin in that particular moment also went into motion, so you've got explosive playmakers, you're incorporating motion, you're incorporating disguise. Big fan of that. Speaking of KaVontae Turpin, I did not see this with my own eyes, so I'm trusting Rudy here. You were on the field. We have a wireless microphone, so you were out there. You were actually talking to me on my show. And I'll just tell you, I want you to bear all the blame if this didn't really happen. But these are Rudy's words, not mine.
No, I saw it happen. They're doing, regular little, going through some plays, red zone type plays. And Dak's at the helm, and he stepped back and dropped back 2-3 yards. Laterals to Turpin behind the line of scrimmage, obviously. And Turpin then threw the pass to the wide receiver. Touchdown. There was no one. They weren't guarding each other. They were putting in sets, putting in installments, as Mike McCarthy likes to tell them. So again, just more signs to me. It's they're not. You don't have enough time to waste time. So if you're going through these things, I'm not saying it's ever going to happen. It's kind of like Philly special. Like, yeah, we've practiced a Philly special. Do you ever expect to use it? You don't know. And then Nick Foles says, hey, let's run a Philly special. So that he's in the plan, speaking of number 9. And I'm not talking about
Yeah,
Tony.
so number 9 threw a touchdown on Tuesday. That was the easy joke. And I asked you if this was like, if that was actually, because I didn't see it, if this was really the play or if like the whistle blew. And the analogy,
I know what you mean.
like the analogy I come up is like in the back, like an NBA game, whistle blows and somebody like still puts up the 3.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that. This
no,
was actually
no,
the play.
no. This was an actual play.
Okay, cool. Well, it's very exciting to consider the Cowboys are incorporating KaVontae Turpin more offensively, given that NFL rule changes are sort of taking away the impact you can have in the return game, at least in the kick return game. So they appear to be serious about that, which is an exciting thing.
Well, remember, CeeDee Lamb also said when he was asked.
That's right.
CeeDee Lamb.
That was on the fan, yeah.
Right. He was on the fan, 105.3 the fan, and said, which receiver should we be looking for that's like, hey, going to be a playmaker, have some impact. He said it should be Turp. He called it his stinks. I'm thinking he meant instincts, quickness. So there's some ways you'd be crazy not to get him on the field at some point.
Another takeaway I had, I just wrote 88 line. Amazing. It was last year at camp when CeeDee kind of started to really take over as the alpha that everybody knew he one day would. I wrote it this way in the article. It just looks so much easier for him than it does everybody else. He had a day. You actually told me right before we started. I tweeted a video. It was a good video. It just looks. He looks so effortless. A lot of people wish he was bigger. Doesn't matter. Like he is one of the best receivers in the NFL, and it's like he's in for a monster season.
And it's so smooth and effortless in the footwork, and you can see the work has been put in. Like you don't get to the level that CeeDee's at. Like anybody that got in front of him, it didn't matter. He was creating separation, and he caught everything. I saw him catch one touchdown in traffic, 2-3 guys around him, comes down with it. And again, to me, the biggest takeaway today, though, RJ, is the energy around camp. Like you can tell that these guys are fired up. You can tell they're on one page. You can also tell they like competing against each other.
That was really interesting.
Right.
I said on my show on the radio station that I wanted to see Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn kind of jaw a little bit. I thought that would be fun. By the way, you all are supposed to talk to Dan Quinn on Wednesday. I'm all lost on days. But
Wednesday.
So that obviously we'll share and stuff all over places. Make sure you're following me on socials. By the way, your socials are Rudy
J _star.
And that's everywhere.
Instagram and Twitter.
Right.
Or X.
Oh, that's right.
Instagram and X.
Good call. Anyway, so you can ask Dan Quinn if he hates Mike McCarthy. Or no, you can't do questions like that. We found out. Anyway, something we were standing next to each other. We were doing the wireless thing, and Dak Prescott threw a touchdown to Dennis Houston, and somebody was chirping at the offense, and Dak was chirping back, and there was some it was friendly, it was brotherhood, it was teammates. But there was a definite competition and spirit between the offense and defense. Like you're right. Like I hate to do the cliche, like they each want to win, iron sharpens iron, blah, blah, blah.
Real.
But they really are working against and trying to beat one another.
No, they are. When we also spoke with DaRon Bland today, which is Tuesday. I know we're specifying days. And I was like, so this, because I've taken Curse talks the most. And I was like, so is Curse the guy back there chirping the most? He was like, no, it's all of us. So, no, they compete. Again, we hear a lot about the offense, what's going to happen with the offense, what's going to happen. And I think the defense kind of feels like they've gotten forgotten about. And that's good. You got to find ways to motivate yourself to keep that chip on your shoulder. And I think that's what they're laying their hat on. Like, hey, don't sleep on us. We've been here. We're the team. We're the side of the ball that held, San Francisco 19 points on the road. So I'm not trying to make you mad, RJ. I'm just stating the fact.
My last big offensive takeaway.
What's that?
Dak was on fire today. This was a great Dak day.
Darts.
I know Twitter X blew up with the interception on Monday. This was a really, really, really good day for Dak. One of my favorite plays, and I mentioned this in the article. I don't think we were next to each other at the time. It was kind of, you could tell that at this point the play would have been blown dead or Dak would have been sacked, but Dak kind of just, you know how it is, to kind of keep going. And he just sort of scrambled out of the pocket and just dumped it off to Brandin Cooks.
Right.
And you could kind of see that could be a role for Brandin Cooks because he is so much faster and he understands route concepts more than everybody else, that he just kind of came back. And I could totally see Brandin Cooks sort of serving that role for Dak Prescott throughout the season.
Bear with me. I'm not comparing Brandin Cooks to Tyreek Hill, but what I'm saying that I could see happening is when plays break down, Tyreek just starts to get open. This where off script plays. Thank you, RJ. Off script plays, I could definitely see Brandin Cooks playing that role. But another thing about Brandin Cooks is not to go too crazy, but 5, 6, 7 yards, nothing anybody in the world can do with them. Like that's going to be there all day long. As far as just like move, we need to play to move the chains. Brandin Cooks is going to be open.
I was with Rob when this happened. Brandon is also super media savvy. He understands how to get away and not do any interviews. And it was very difficult for me to chase him down. And I asked him one question because I was curious. He's very active on Instagram. And he's a big F1 fan. I think he like listens to F1 like podcasts. He's really big in the F1 world. You're not, from what I understand.
No.
Okay. So Rob and I, your co-host, we were talking, and I said, I want to go ask him who his favorite F1 team is. And so we were kind of like, he better not say this, he better not say that, so we're whatever. And I finally got to him, and I was like, hey, Brandon, and he was like, I'm not going to do this. He was like, I'm not going to do it. I was like, no. I was like, I just want to know your favorite F1 team. And he said Mercedes. And you asked when we told you if that was like saying you're like a Warriors fan. I think it's saying you're a Warriors fan today. Like the dynasty is a little bit behind you. There's still good times on the way.
Right.
But he didn't say like I'm a Chiefs fan. It's not that. Or
because Lewis isn't on top right now.
No, like Red Bull has won every race this year.
Right.
But Lewis is kind of like the modern GOAT. So he is kind of, rooting for like the heavyweight dude. Just they're not active. Like it is kind of a current underdog, but everyone's a current underdog.
Yeah. True that. And I mean, but Brandin Cooks, it was funny you say that because he kind of hung out with his family. Like he just kind of waited for us all to walk away.
Sad. He knows how to do it.
He's been in the league for a while.
Next up for me, Chuma Edoga played left tackle. Tyron worked in individual drills today on Tuesday. Again, just because people watch us at different times. And we have talked so much about like, well, what's going to happen when Tyron gets hurt? And the like consensus option is like, well, Tyler Smith's going to kick out to left tackle. This is a really small thing, and I don't want to make a mountain out of it, but like maybe the plan is just keep Tyler left guard and somebody like Chuma Edoga plays left tackle instead of immediately moving Tyler Smith out to left tackle. So that's just something to kind of put in the back of your mind.
Is that a trial by fire though? Like let's say he does go out there to left tackle and it doesn't look too good, then you say, okay, that didn't work. Let's move Tyler back over there.
No, because I think
just leave Tyler left guard.
I think you have to prepare for Tyron to get hurt, but like you don't necessarily have to prepare for him to miss like 10 games like last year. So like maybe you don't want to move Tyler, for like 1 or 2 weeks or something like that. So I could kind of see like the thought behind it. I just thought that was interesting. Similarly, there are a lot of people who are big on Jake Ferguson. I don't like dislike Jake Ferguson. I just it's a little.
It is not.
It's just such a small sample size. Well, Peyton Hendershot was really a factor on Tuesday. So I was really impressed. I remain impressed. I mean, the Cowboys have 2 legitimate tight end options and then a second-round pick who we all hope does something.
Who would you start?
Right now you have to start Jake Ferguson because Luke Schoonmaker's hurt. I would love to see Schoonmaker contribute to the conversation, but he can't right now. So, I mean, Ferguson, Hendershot, there are a lot of options in the passing game. Like, we obviously know about CeeDee and Gallup and Cooks, but we said this on Monday. I am very much buying the Jalen Tolbert hype. So there's another tried and true.
I was impressed with Tolbert today.
Yeah,
highly impressed. Considering because I didn't see what was going on at all the practices last year, and as bad as the Cowboys say it got to where he wasn't even making the practice squad pretty much. So what I saw today, I was like, wait.
So that's what I'm saying. So you've got that's 4.
I thought it was just talk. I thought Dak was just hyping him up to get his confidence right. But when I saw it up close today, Tolbert looked like a problem today.
So you've got Tolbert, you've got both these tight ends. Pollard was used a lot in kind of dump offs in the 2-minute drills. So we know Pollard's there. I also, Jalen Brooks, the rookie 7th-round pick, had a great day.
Saw that.
He did the media scrum, so he's kind of, now really there. Jalen Moreno-Cropper, the undrafted free agent, has popped a lot. I also, we've talked about who are going to be the 6 or 7 receivers they carry, and we've sort of discarded Dennis Houston, who did make the team last year.
I liked him today.
He had a great day on Tuesday as well. So that's what I'm saying. It was just a really high vibes, high energy, positive, whatever sort of day. There was no real negative in my mind.
No, not today. Not at all. And nothing dirty as what Mike McCarthy talked about in his presser today. They want to be aggressive, but at the same time, you want to be smart and take care of your team. So, but the thing about it is what's vividly clear to me is they're still going to throw the ball all around the yard. That March 1st quote, like you said, RJ, nothing to see here when Mike McCarthy says, I want to run the damn ball. Yeah, I know. and you are.
It was so dumb that anybody ever made anything about that.
Did you just call me dumb because I made something of it?
I think it was dumb. I mean, it was
Okay.
low hanging fruit. McCarthy is an easy punching bag for people, so they took the opportunity. They were like, "This guy wants to live in the like whatevers. He just wants to run the ball, blah blah blah." Never mind the fact. Again, I said this a million times that a week later, after he said it, they cut Zeke and traded for Brandin Cooks. But they want to run the ball. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. I guess the only real like contentious thing. Well, Sam Williams was back, although it was somewhat light. But so all's good there. McCarthy said that, and Ronald Jones did speak in the aftermath of the suspension, and it was just kind of like party line. He said that it wasn't like he said it wasn't steroids. He said it was I took something I was prescribed by my doctor. I didn't know what would happen, and he declined to get into like real detail on that. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but when your league has rules, they have rules. They got to enforce them. But I mean, you would think it's kind of like, dude, I didn't know. But there's rules for a reason. Maybe that's why it was only 2 games.
Maybe. Okay, so you and Rob, it's 3:34 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
You are set to interview Dan Quinn in about 15 hours from now, real time for us. So if anybody has any questions that they want you all to ask Dan Quinn, they can let us know in the comments.
Please.
Rudy's looking for material. They can let you know on social. Again, plug it for us, por favor.
I got you.
No, your social. Plug it.
Oh, Rudy Jay _star. Because I don't want to just be like, so how impressed are you with Micah? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that.
So hit Rudy up on X, Twitter, whatever, on Instagram. He's on TikTok. He also caught some strays from Micah Parsons on Tuesday.
I deserved it.
If you check out his social, you'll see that. But yeah, other than that, any other final thoughts? Or forever hold your peace.
Love what I'm seeing.
Okay, let's get out of here. We hope you have a wonderful day. You give me something else you promised to eat before today's over.
Real sushi. Real sushi.